Welcome to Creator Conversations, a monthly series where we sit down with top LinkedIn creators to talk about their challenges, triumphs, dreams, successes, and more. See what inspires them to create content and engage with communities around the world.
Welcome to another episode of Creator Conversations, a monthly series where we bring together top creators to discuss emerging topics related to the world of work. I'm your host, Scott Rising, and I am thrilled to talk about today's topic: how will AI change the world of work and how you can adapt and thrive in this new world. Thank you for taking some time out of your day to join us. Introduce yourself and let us know where you're watching from, and feel free to add questions to the chat. We'll get to as many as possible during our conversation. I want to welcome my guests. We have Grace Gong, who is a LinkedIn top voice and the founder and host of Smart Venture Podcast. Grace is an entrepreneur, comes from a VC background, and regularly has leaders and C-level executives from tech on her podcast. Welcome, Grace.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
I'm so thrilled to be here.
So excited. Also joining us is Pete Huang, the author of the very popular and very timely AI newsletter, The Neuron Daily. He calls it your favorite AI newsletter, and he's absolutely right. It is. Welcome, Pete.
Thank you for having me, Scott. It's great to be here.
Yeah, it's artificial intelligence is definitely having a moment. You can't turn around seeing another story about it. You know, if some people are to believe it's going to change everything, everywhere, all at once, you know, is it hype, or maybe are we underestimating it possibly? And we do have another guest that I want to introduce, a special surprise guest for the audience, and that is ChatGPT. And so, so we've asked ChatGPT just to really get us started here and explain. You are a nerdy but well-spoken guest on a LinkedIn live show about the future of AI and work. Respond to the audience in a style of an entertaining talk show guest. So, ChatGPT, oh my gosh,
so much to say about
itself. So much to say. So ChatGPT, hello everyone. I'm ChatGPT, the AI language model, and I'm so excited to be joining today to talk about the future of AI and work. Now let's start with the basics. What is artificial intelligence? Well, simply put, AI refers to the ability of machines to perform tasks that typically require human intelligence. This can include things like learning, problem solving, decision making, and even natural language processing. But AI is more than just robots in sci-fi movies. It's actually all around us, from the chatbots we interact with online to the algorithms that help us find the best products on Amazon. AI has the potential to revolutionize many industries and change the way we work and live our lives. All right, well, you've got a very well-spoken guest here that is going to give you a run for your money. And Pete, I want to ask you, we've been hearing, you know, kind of like what GPT just told us. It is all around us. It has been all around us. Mm-hmm. People are probably like, what's different? I've been hearing about this for decades.
Yeah, no, this is such an important question because as ChatGPT was saying, it's around us already, right? Our social feeds are powered by some version of AI, all the recommendation engines, these have existed for years now. What's changed is when we talk about this wave of AI, it's a specific category called large language models, which is typically when you look at the social media feed algorithm or things like that, it's essentially one big math equation that is very narrowly tailored towards that particular use case. It's like hyper specialized to do that. What's changed in the last 5 or 6 years is big tech invented this new architecture that allows us to train AI models that are just generally good at a lot of things. So they said, instead of just feeding you the task of being very good at sorting your social media feed, why don't we just pack the world's information in? The entire internet, as many books as we can find, social media posts, things like that, right? And what we're finding is through something like ChatGPT, as soon as you cram all this information in, then you get a lot of real human-sounding language, and they can just do a lot of stuff that people just weren't quite imagining when they started this. And so that is what changed, and we're now exploring the use cases of this particular segment of AI, which is, again, how do we train this broad foundation of just general capability and then go and apply that to specific problems? And it turns out that that approach is actually quite effective at solving all these more specific problems.
Yeah, and I want to zero in on one part of what you said, which is like what they couldn't imagine. Now, should we be a little bit worried that maybe we don't fully understand how it does everything that it does, or even what it's capable of doing?
I think so. I think the AI community right now is at odds with itself when it comes to deciding whether or not, for example, ChatGPT is thinking or not. Like we don't know, because it really strikes the philosophy of the question of like, what even is thought?
Right. What does it mean to think?
Exactly. And you very quickly.
It's too early for an existential crisis, Pete. Okay.
Totally. Yeah. But I mean, it's very fast because on one side you have folks who are just saying, look, all it's doing is predicting the next word. It's just a machine and it's spitting out numbers and it picks out a word from its toolkit, whatever. But then you look at the types of conversations you have on ChatGPT, and it's like, well, it looks like it's thinking. It kind of feels like it's thinking. Like, who are we to say that it's not, right? Like, it really does feel like it, right? And so I think a lot of the conversations we have around whether or not this is safe, where AI plays a role relative to humans, has a lot to do with this question, right? And I think that's one of the big sort of ethics questions that we have moving forward is, what is exactly our position? How much do we actually know what's actually happening in these models?
Absolutely. And Grace, you talk to a lot of Silicon Valley executives and thought leaders. And I'm curious what everyone you're talking to, what are they saying about, the promise, the potential, and maybe some of the concerns we were just mentioning?
Yeah, totally. I think overall the sentiment is great in the VC or like startup space. People are really excited to like leverage AI to just power up what they're doing currently, basically. And I feel like there's a couple really big trends. Like number one is like, we see a lot of really big investment funnel into AI, and that really helps like the existing startups who were working on some current projects that just like quickly adopt AI into their existing model. And, we see bigger companies like, Microsoft and Google are like really just like spending a lot of money and time into like this space in general. You see like those like really big trends flying into like just people like investing in AI tremendously, a lot more than before. And then you've seen also like there's a lot of like AI native startups in the category. So essentially people were creating things that are creating tools that are more automated. So for example, in the past, like we have to like Google, okay, so like I'm currently writing a pitch deck for my startup, and like what should I write? Like what is the best like YC deck? But nowadays, like there's so many tools out there, you can just literally using one sentence describe what your startup does, and then they will generate a deck for you. And I think we've seen a lot of these I personally call it like half-baked products. So basically like, you can upload something and then it will help you generate a solution right in front of your face. So like you get a deck and then you can just twist it or like adding your own flavor onto it. And I feel like we will see in the future, people will be able to tailor it to your own tones. Just like essentially like, feeding into a lot of data that like things that you wrote in the past, and then like the AI will generate a pitch deck that's really tailored for yourself. So I feel like that's the trend that we'll be seeing.
Yeah, and if you're a public figure with a lot of writing online, there's a very good chance if you're a journalist that you could actually tell it to write in the style of your own voice, and it'll approximate what that is, and hopefully it can't do it as well yet. I want to throw that question to our third guest, ChatGPT, about what is different about this new version of AI. You're absolutely right. AI is not new. What's different this time is the sheer scale and speed of the changes it's bringing about. With advances in computing power, data storage, and machine learning algorithms, AI is becoming more capable and more integrated into our daily lives than ever before, with the potential to transform industries and even entire economies. I do really love, and I think this is what people probably pick up too when they read some of this at home, is how the personality can jump out depending on what you've told it. And we could have gone in a million different directions on the tone and voice. And that it does also make it feel a lot less like a robot, right? It's really trying to give some kind of personality. What is behind that, and how does that sort of shift the way we think about AI?
Yeah, totally. I think, well, first of all, the technology behind ChatGPT existed before ChatGPT itself, right? And I think the major light bulb moment that people had in November, December, was essentially if you made it sound like a human that you can chat to, then everything changes, right? Before, I think you had to go in and you had to type in very specific things like, go and autocomplete this, and it'll be pretty good, but it's just not the same as, you going to talk with someone else, right? Where this is going in the long run, call it the 2 to 3 year time frame, is we're actually getting very, very close to having ChatGPT style AI models live on every single smartphone and every single laptop. It's actually very close. We actually, in the last month or so, have seen people take some of the latest AI models from Facebook and do exactly that, right? And so in the future, now it's not just having a model that sounds like you. It is literally a model that could be your friend, your partner, your whoever it is, your personal assistant, live in your phone, in your pocket, right? And it's someone you can whip out and talk to and say, hey, this is the vision of Siri, right? This is literally like, hey, can you go find me this thing or send an email to do this thing or whatever it is, and it'll do that and respond in whatever tone that you would like. And so we're gonna have these personalized sort of friends or assistants live in our pocket. And I think that's, for some folks, very exciting, very fun, right? If you believe in technology and it's something that's very exciting to you, but for a lot of folks, it's quite dystopian, right? I think we're getting very close to some of these sci-fi movies. Her comes up as often, right? So lots of change coming in the next couple of years, I think.
Well, I also think, justice for Ask Jeeves, because that was the OG search engine.
That's
you were
right.
supposed to ask him questions. He had a personality.
Yeah.
He was a butler.
Yeah.
Grace, how do you feel about the future of how these tools can help you at work? And do you feel like do you get worried about it being able to do things that you can do better?
Oh, I am so worried. So I think majorly, AI definitely improved my productivity a lot more. So for example, in the past, there's a lot of for example, in investing, you have to literally study a sector right away and then becoming an expert within weeks. And I think in the past, you have to read a bunch of articles and then books, but nowadays you can leverage, let's say Chat PDF, you upload a PDF and then you would just ask the AI the question that you want to ask. For example, what is a prediction? Or you can go on Excel and then basically type in, okay, can you predict my revenue from 10 years from now, based on whatever my model right now. And so I feel like it just drastically improves your productivity in every single way. And if you are in terms of life, I feel like I always, embarrassingly, I really want to have a theme song for my podcast. And I cannot write music. I'm really terrible at music, but I'm really excited to try these new tools that can just help me generate a theme song by typing into the vibe and just other things that I want to include it, my promotional stuff into the song. And just I'm just waiting for the song to generate within minutes, or within seconds. Those are just things that are extremely exciting for me. And I feel people should not worry about AI taking their job. I see on LinkedIn there's a popular status that's okay, one part of the population are really worried about AI taking their job, and then one part of the population are really positive about the AI innovation. And I think and then people were saying if you're not mastering your AI, or your competition is not AI, but people who will master AI. And I feel that's a really interesting status. And I personally feel that's true. So I think although AI will cancel a lot of the current jobs, but in the future, AI will be able to help us to give us more new job opportunities that we'll never be able to imagine, just the internet era. So in the past, can you imagine living without internet now? Probably not. And in the past, people were worried, okay, so can I put $1 over transaction like on the internet and then like making sure the other person get it? Or like people will never think about like you can order food and then waiting in your home and then the food is just like arriving up at your door. You can never really live without it anymore. I feel like AI is gonna empowering us to do a lot more things more conveniently, more efficiently to just change our life in a better way. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, the idea that we'll probably very quickly start to take it for granted and wonder how we ever live without it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say, like, in regards to staying ahead and staying on top, maybe if there's, what are some things people should be thinking about at home to try and get ahead of these changes and really leverage these tools for their own benefit?
Totally. First of all, I just wanted to like comment on what you just said, because that was an amazing point. Because no, it's really important because we know change is coming, right?
Yes.
And we kind of have seen all these waves happen before, so we kind of know certain things that, like the general shape of it, right? That we know that, okay, like jobs aren't going away, they're probably just going to change in nature, right? But it does raise a question of just how exactly the transition is going to be. How fast will it be, and how aggressive will it be, right? And I think to your question, Scott, the most important thing to know is that none of these tools, or vast majority of these tools, are not at a point yet where it is sort of like a one-shot solves everything type of tool, right? I think a lot of people, especially when they first open ChatGPT, are blown away. And then after a few iterations, they realize that it's like, okay, not quite there in some senses. Maybe the writing is a little stale or the voice is a little robotic, things like that. So one, a lot of these tools aren't quite there, but two, it is important, I think, to remain nimble and be open to experimenting with these new tools, because they're getting better really, really quickly. And when these new AI models that are underpinning a lot of these tools get better, then you're going to see, 5x, 10x improvements every single time, right? And then three, I think the major shift that I would look at is slowly we're going to see a lot of jobs move away from what I call playing in the symphony towards conducting the symphony. You can imagine this end state where you have an army of your AI bots kind of going and doing your work, right? And these are things that you used to do yourself, and now you don't have to. But it is important to realize that you are now commanding what's essentially an army of AI interns. And that's a different mindset, right? And now we are sort of, we're all managers in some sense. So understanding that shift and how exactly to direct these AI tools to do what you need is a different piece of things, right? It's a different skill set. And so I think the more that people can play around with that idea, shift the mindset a little bit and put themselves in that new position, I think the quicker and more easily that transition is going to come in the future.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, when they open up something like ChatGPT, maybe they're at work and they're like, well, what do I even do? How can I even use this? Or is there like a few things that you like just that come to mind? I know I've had it like review emails or write emails.
Is all the email we got are from ChatGPT from you? Or just coordination emails?
Yeah, I mean, so summarizing lengthy documents. What are some things that kind of come to mind in just a general workplace scenario?
Yeah, I think the two models I've seen so far work really well is one, if you give it some text that you want it to work with some capacity. So this could be an email that you drafted, or this could be a PDF or some text that you found online, an article or something, and you ask it to do something with that, right? It could be summarize this article or rewrite this email and tighten up the language. It could be, here's a bunch of notes that I took in a meeting. Can you rewrite the notes in a more logical structure and give it a 2-line summary that you can then copy and paste out to your coworkers. So that's one. I think the other interesting thing is when you ask it to write something for you, this is sort of getting into what it means to conduct the symphony a little bit. people are now writing entire blog posts by specifying, like, here's the general idea I want, here's the content that I want to workshop, here's the tone I want you to take. I want you to write in a very authoritative and bold tone. You can literally put that into ChatGPT, right? And it'll spit out content that fits like that, right? And so I think it's getting quite close in helping people write content that is really sounds like them, because they've narrowed in on how to actually replicate their voice. By giving it instructions that sort of sound like that.
Is it true that if you tell it that you're smart, it'll give you a smarter answer?
Like, define smart. Like, so I think Pete is like so much better in terms of like how politely it treats ChatGPT. I feel like I would just typically put, for example, in OceanDoc, I would ask like, can you write an interview question like, if I'm Tim Ferriss, or like just like I feel like I would add a lot of like personality to it. But I feel like AI is, in terms of like the use case, like more than just work, or like there's a lot of creativity you can play into it. Besides like adding like a human character into it, and then you can essentially also just, like, for example, like on Roblox, you could ask it to like help you to create games, like without like knowing minimum amount of like amount of coding. In basically, you don't need to know exactly how to code. You can just leverage it to help you to create part of the game, or like you could like, I feel like, or even in terms of like dating. So the other day I read an article about like AI help you swiping your best mate, and I feel like there's just like so much more to it. And essentially, I think like a lot of the in terms of like work scenarios, I feel like a lot of it would be how, like, besides like summarizing things or like helping you to create like a really basic like email template, you can just leverage it to do a lot more like personalized stuff. So I feel like those are things that are like really fun to like play around.
I will toss out a fun prompt for the people watching live right now. If you ask it to write something and you're not happy with it, literally just say, make it better, or make it more detailed, and it'll make it better. It actually is kind of surprising if you just say, like, do better than this.
Do better.
Yeah, it's a little bit of like cracking the whip.
Do
a little
better.
bit, but it's like, be better than that. It will. It would actually like try to take a second stab at it and be like, oh, sorry, that wasn't good enough. Let me try again, and it'll actually improve itself. It's kind of surprising.
I know. I do try and be polite just in case. If stuff gets really bad, it'll be in my corner. You
never know. You never know.
I do want to ask our guest another question, our other guest, about what is the biggest misconception that people have about AI. So one of the biggest misconceptions people have about AI is that it's going to completely replace humans in the workforce. While AI certainly has the potential to automate many jobs, it's also creating new jobs and opportunities in fields like data science, machine learning, engineering, and AI ethics. Additionally, many tasks still require human skills like empathy, creativity, critical thinking that AI currently can't replicate. I mean, that does sound like what the AI would tell you if it wanted to make you not worried that it was going to take your job. But that is our perspective too. We talk about LinkedIn about how these are tools that can enhance your productivity. The human touch is still valuable. Making things in your own voice is so valuable. But another thing that I would say, a misconception about AI, is that if a computer says it, it's true. And so I wonder, Pete, how do we get people to understand that like it's only as good as the data that it's consuming? Yeah,
no, this is a very big question in the field right now. When you talk about, well, stepping back, right? Like ChatGPT had at some point hundreds of millions of people using it, maybe even today still, right? And I think that is one of the big hurdles that people come to is, again, like you ask it to write something and your expectations are super high because it spit out something that feels coherent and authoritative and feels like it should be right. And then you read it, you're like, I'm like not quite sure about that, right? You have to like dig through to realize that the data only goes back to September of 2021, right? Now we're getting into a year and a half of delay. I think the education around what to expect around all this is really important, which is why OpenAI and Microsoft and all these different companies that are investing in making these tools available always say, check the output, right? Like you have to make sure that we check the output. But still, despite all of that, we're going to have people who don't, or who trust it, right? And so there's there's big questions around how we actually, in a world where content is going to be so easy to create, everyone, any style, word, images, video, all that, right? We need real solutions for how we actually make sure that the information is correct and verifiable. So there's nothing, I think there's a lot of different discussions we can go down on watermarking AI-generated text, or investing in deeper fact-checking that is more automated, or having models that sort of check other models' work and those sorts of things, right? But I think that'll have to change. I think it's one of the emblematic sort of things that happens is the pendulum always swings back and forth between technology and society, right? Here we're swinging very hard in one direction, which is all these AI tools are extremely powerful and they're taking the world by storm. Slowly, society is going to shift the other way and be like, okay, hold on, pump the brakes a little bit. How do we actually make sure this is used responsibly in a way that doesn't spread false information or make too many mistakes?
We have, we have some comments from the audience I wanted to bring in, and so Catherine says, I don't know about someone relying on AI for finding someone on a dating app. That seems a bit extreme. Fair to each their own, I would say. And Kieran says, we need a meta AI to reveal how the AI came to its decision. It's so convincing, it's easy to assume it knows best, because like many humans, AI, when it's wrong, it sounds so confident.
Yeah.
Completely wrong. Grace, what are you hearing? Are people talking about this too in the VC world? Well, what kind of safeguards are you hearing about?
Yeah, totally. I think spreading false information is definitely a real concern. And I think personally, I feel like just like every kind of technology revolution, at the beginning, there's always going to be, some challenges to get it right at the first time. But I feel like throughout time, due to the technology innovation, as well as more people, more experts start paying attention to these issues, I feel like I'm positive we'll be able to solve this in terms of will there be anything wrong kind of question. So I feel like it just throughout time, it would just slowly improve.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that people are still, it's the acceleration of change is just astonishing. And I'm wondering if both of you are thinking what is coming sooner than people might realize? If there's something that comes to mind about, I think a lot of these things, I didn't assume that I'd be able to have full-on conversations like this with the chatbot even 6 months ago. What's coming around the corner?
Ooh, this is a big one, because I think to put it concretely, right, the current discussion now that GPT-4 is out, and ChatGPT is now powered by GPT-4, is GPT-5 is the big topic, right? And if GPT-4 is already scoring at 90th percentile in your bar exam, whatever your medical licensing exam, that kind of stuff, the natural question is where is GPT-5 going to be? And I think the rumors are that OpenAI is using GPT-4 to train GPT-5. And so now we're in this weird thing where it's just getting, and I think
it's coding it probably.
Yeah, no, and I think it's going to come sooner than we expect, probably in the next 12 to 18 months. And I think we're starting to reach a point where people just don't know what to expect anymore. I think as soon as every time there's a launch, it's now the emotional tenor is now starting to veer towards, oh my gosh, what is happening, right? When ChatGPT came out, it was oh, this is amazing. This is so cool and fun. And now with every new release that's coming virtually every month, everyone's oh geez, this is getting a little bit scary, a little bit concerning, right? And so I think so many things are going to happen. Obviously, incredible capabilities, but then also that discussion that we've been having around how do we actually roll this out responsibly and talk about the societal impact and how it actually affects us day to day. That's going to reach peak fervor, right? That's going to be a very, very big public discussion that we're probably not having as seriously today, but it's going to come in 6 to 9 months from now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a study that only 9% of people feel that AI will do more good than harm, which is just, it shows you kind of where people's heads are with that. And we did get We did get a question from the audience member that we're looking at asking our GPT. We only have a few more minutes. All right. So Leanne has a question. What type of jobs do you think will be created in the future because of AI? So you can hear it straight from the horse's mouth. I'm not going to read all that. But we have AI trainers, people who train AI models by feeding them data analysts and scientists, AI ethicists, this is a huge one, human-robot, I haven't heard this, human-robot interaction specialists. Wow, I've never heard of that before. Personalized healthcare coordinators. People use AI to develop personalized treatment plans for patients based on genetic or health data. So I definitely want to more end on a positive note about maybe some jobs will no longer exist the same way that steam-powered things or horse and buggies or whatever. But there's all these new jobs coming. Those sound very high-paying, I have to say. But I'll give you, before we wrap up, I do want to give each of you, and maybe we'll ask the same thing of ChatGPT, but any final words for the audience before we wrap up? I'll let you start, Grace.
Oh, I would say don't panic.
Good. I like that. It's easy to remember.
Yeah, like sleep tight.
I think this is this is a pretty remarkable landmark revolution, right? I think a lot of us are feeling like the world might be closing in on us, but I think this is actually a big opportunity for us to redefine the nature of work, and we'll slowly realize over time that a lot of the stuff we were doing, quite honestly, looks a little dumb in retrospect, right? And we should actually have AI systems do all this work so we can be more creative and spend the time where we want to. This is going to be a period of change, but any period of change introduces many opportunities for the people who seize on it. And so that's what I'm excited about. I'm sure that's what you're excited about too, and I think that's what everyone at home watching ought to be excited about the future. It's going to be a lot of exciting stuff coming our way.
Yeah, and I think what's really incredible about the part about being able to seize it is how available these tools are. So people at home, the free ChatGPT is free right now. There's a version of it that's free. So you have the ability to sort of start playing around, try to wrap your arms around it. And were we able to get ChatGPT to weigh in on maybe just some final words for the audience? All right, absolutely. As we look to the future of AI and work, it's important to remember that AI is a tool, not a solution in and of itself. It's like I gave it the talking points. I swear I didn't. It's up to us as humans to determine how we want to use AI and to ensure its development and deployment are guided by ethical and responsible principles. So let's keep asking questions, having conversations, and pushing for an AI-powered future that benefits everyone. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure. So polite.
So nice.
And thank you all for joining us today for this episode of Creator Conversations, featuring our guests Grace Gong and Pete Huang. Make sure to follow them on LinkedIn. As we wrap up, I'd like to encourage everyone to continue the conversation on LinkedIn, share your thoughts. This is such a fascinating topic that's continuing to evolve. If you do use AI to write your LinkedIn post, make sure it still has your human voice sound to it. Follow the LinkedIn for Creators showcase page for more tips and advice on becoming a creator on LinkedIn. It's pretty simple. You just have to start posting on LinkedIn. Once again, I'm your host, Scott Rising, and it's been a pleasure to share this time with you, Grace, Pete, ChatGPT, and I'll see you next time unless I've been replaced by an AI avatar. Goodbye.